Hey, what's going on, Rockstars? Welcome to the channel. It's Friday again. I think it's April 4th, 2025. Welcome in. And I wanted to do a video about the update on TikTok today because a lot of you asked me about it and a lot of you people are keeping up on the TikTok news. So if you didn't know, on January 19th, TikTok was supposed to have been banned here in the United States because it is under Chinese control, a company that's out of China. And of course, the government, the US government and Americans are concerned about our security and our privacy. What a crazy coinkydink that I'm making this video today, considering the video I made yesterday. If you missed my video yesterday and the disaster of a weekend I had in Las Vegas last weekend, please go check that out and let me know what you think in the comments on that video. I'll leave a link below. But that is the story out of TikTok. January 19th was supposed to be the ban. It was extended in order to allow the company out of China to find a US buyer or investors or people to take it over here in the US so that we could ensure the security of users. That's you and I. And that deadline extension was to run out this weekend. Well, President Trump and the Chinese company ByteDance that own TikTok were this close to a deal. They were going to come to a deal that would have ByteDance, the Chinese company, sell TikTok to a number of US billionaire investors who would take over the majority of the company and handle the security and all of those details. However, as you know, Donald Trump and the administration issued some new tariffs this week, some new trade tariffs, and those went into effect yesterday. And the Chinese government said, we are not going to finish this deal until we can work out an arrangement on the tariff situation. So that is on hold. In response to that, Donald Trump went ahead and issued a new deadline, a new 75-day extension from today, April the 5th or April the 4th rather, sorry, to get the deal done for TikTok. So TikTok will not be getting banned this weekend. We are reprieved a second time for those of you that are TikTok users and TikTok fans. And hopefully in the next 75 days, which the president says he can get the deal done, they will finish it. They are this close to a deal, but the Chinese said that they want some assurances on the new tariff deals and tariff and trade war that is going on. I think you all know about that. I'm not going to dig into that side of politics and things in this video or on this channel too much. I've done one video on it, but I'm not going to, dedicate a whole bunch of time on this reselling and business channel to tariffs, even though it is super important to us as business owners, especially those of you that order your merchandise possibly from China. Maybe you do business with Alibaba or AliExpress. Maybe you import products. Maybe you're doing business with somebody that import products, or maybe some of the products that you buy and sell just happen to be on part of those tariffs lists and you're going to be paying more for them in the coming months. So again, we're not going to dig into the politics. At least I'm not going to dig into them that deep here. But until that gets worked out, the TikTok deal is on hold. So we have 75 days of running as is, and then we'll see what happens once again. Like I told you guys, if there was an update between the last extension on the 19th and now, I would do it. So here's the video. How many people here use TikTok? How many people are active in my comment section or watching this video that are super active on TikTok? Whether you use it for personal or use it for business, or maybe you're just one of those people that just scrolls mindlessly. I've gotten very good at basically training myself when I start scrolling through videos to go, okay, it's been 5 minutes, let's move on to something else. Like, otherwise you will endlessly scroll for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, who knows? That can always happen, so don't let that happen. But I use it for business. You guys know I share my videos, I share my content, I share tips and tricks and help, and I network, and I send people from TikTok to my Facebook group and my YouTube channel. So it's pretty important for business for me. It gets a lot of engagement, a lot of views, and I hope it sticks around. But as with everything, and as with what happened to me this weekend, I need it to be secure. I don't want my stuff to get out there. Nobody does, right? Not just Americans. Nobody wants their stuff to be hacked or taken advantage of. So I'm definitely team keep it secure, get it out of the hands of the Chinese if we can. But I definitely don't want it to go away. So it's kind of like torn in the middle. But that's the story. That's the news here on April 4th, Friday, April 4th, TGIF, everybody, 2025. TikTok sticking around for another 75 days until the US and the Chinese government and the Chinese company ByteDance can come to a final deal. It sounds like they're pretty close. So fingers crossed they'll get this done here in the month of April/May, and we'll be all ready to go on TikTok 2025. As always, thank you guys so much for watching the channel, for joining me, for being here, for subscribing, for liking, for commenting, letting me know what you think down in that comment section below, and checking out all the great description box links. There's so many good sources and products and sponsors and resources down in that description box. Check them out before you leave. It just takes a minute and you'll be surprised what you find. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you next time.